welcome to a quick look of Dredge here at the Casual Hour. My name is Bobby, and joining me for this one is Chase Kinnicky. Chase, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, Bobby?
I'm ready to dredge the seas with you, matey. I don't think
All right, Captain.
I don't think that really applies here. I'm really excited to show you this game. I've been talking a little bit about it. I know that I think if I remember correctly, you and I checked this out during a Steam Next Fest. You might not remember that. I remember.
It sounds kind of familiar, yeah.
Have you researched anything on it? You know anything about the game since it came out or since then?
I only know what I just looked up, but
Okay.
it came out, what was it, March 30th
Okay.
of this year. It is out for PC, which is where you're playing it, but also Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X.
Cool. Yeah, this is really cool. It's got a tone to it. It is very macabre. This is a fishing RPG, Chase, where there is some weird shit happening out here in this town, and it's got what I think to be a really clever mechanic and take on how you collect fish. But you're picking up side quests, you're picking up relics, you're upgrading your ship and your fishing capabilities. But there's also some supernatural elements to this game on your abilities. Like, you can tap into some pretty demonic shit, and at nighttime, if you're out here on this beautiful lake, it's not nearly as pleasant as it seems right now in the morning. So let me kind of walk you through what's going to happen here. You can see these pools of fish, and there'll be other items. If you go over it, you then get to bring up this menu. On the right, you're going to see your ship layout. And this is more of like an inventory manager than it is a fishing game. There's some fishing elements for sure, but let me just show you what I'm talking about. So as I start to fish, I want to tap into those green areas because it'll increase the reel in rate. And now I've got this fish that's for me to use, and you can see it's a two by one.
Yeah, you got to put it somewhere on that boat.
There we go. So then I'm just going to keep grinding out, catching these fish and placing them, and we'll do that. And every now and again you'll see one of those green tick marks become gold, and that means that you've got a trophy sized fish on the hook, and you have to hit it directly on the gold. Oh, and look at that, we got a mini-eyed mackerel. There's some stuff in the water that's mutating and causing some issues on fish. You'll see here it tells you a little bit more about what's going on with that particular mackerel versus the blue mackerel. So I'll keep going here, and look at that. There's our trophy fish as well. Perfect. So now you can see purple is going to indicate that this is more of a infected, and then this one here is going to indicate a trophy, and they'll have that icon there. So we've depleted this area. That's gone. There's a few towns you can go to. The main town you go to is Greater Morrow. Can't remember exactly how it was. I've also got a crab trap out here, a crab pot. Let me check and see if there's anything in it. Hot damn, look at that. It's a big old crab, a fiddler crab. So I'm going to grab it, drop him in here, and my crab pot needs repairing, so I'm going to pick that up while we're hanging out and show you what that looks like too.
Okay.
So as I'm moving, you can see if I'm not moving, the time of day stays. It's up there at the top, so you can see our compass. If you move, the time moves, and that's how that works out. Nighttime is when you want to avoid a lot of shit. So back here at Greater Morrow, you've got a dry dock, a shipwright, and a fishmonger. Bottom left-hand corner, there are some talking heads that you can interact with. I really like the art style. It reminds me of Dishonored quite a bit. And
Sure, yeah, I could see maybe a little bit of what's the you play as the cop, kind of adventure game.
oh man, what is that? I know what you're talking about.
You get the tie off the fan.
Oh yeah. Disco Elysium.
Yes, there you go.
I can see that for sure. So here, I'll just go to the fishmonger because we got those fish, and he sells pots that we can grab, and I can just start to sell these fish. And so a standard blue mackerel is going to be 1204, varying depending on size, of course. But if I go over here, you can see that this one jumps up to 47. So these are rarer, and you can see some indication of a hot spot or a hotbed of activity that might have a higher chance of getting you an infected version of that fish. And then the trophy.
So people want the infected fish.
Yeah, some weird shit happened with the fishmonger where they kind of introduced what it is, and he was not available for a few days the first time you brought him an affected fish. So, yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Okay. All right.
The fiddler crab, 3617. So then I depleted all that. I need to get my crab pot here repaired. So that will be where we can go over here to our shipwright. This is where I can buy new gear for my boat. So if I wanted to get this repaired, you can see there is a repair all option. So for 15, that took care of everything that I have on it.
Would there be any point to having multiple rods on the same ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me show you what I've done to make that happen. Down here on the boat, there's a research. You're finding research parts out in the water, and there's skill trees across the so for your rods, for your engines, the pots, and your nets. And I've been working on increasing my rod capability here. You start off with just a very basic coastal. So coastal is the most generic one that you can get. Shallow is the other one that they introduced for the first time. So this pole was like, oh, cool. I can just now have one pole on my boat where I had to have two to do coastal and shallow. So I had one pole that did both. It gave me more room to do stuff. You can also see on my boat, I only have so many spots available. If I uninstall this, it'll move the clock forward. But this hydraulic rod works for oceanic fish. This is like sharks, bigger things. It's a 4x4. This one over here is a little bit stranger. It's this versatile. This can do everything for the most part. Coastal, mangrove, volcanic, and shallow. Those are regions that you can fish in. But it's a weird, like 5 square shape. Mm-hmm. So I only have 6 spots. So I got the collector's version of this, and there's an island you can go to and unlock. I have this rune. I'm not quite sure what it does, but it's a talisman that somehow is going to maybe attract a certain type of fish. I have not encountered this yet, but that's why. So I have 2 rods on here right now. I don't have my net, which I like having the net quite a bit because that's kind of a passive way to catch fish, and I can uninstall that and put this net on there if I wanted to, which is over here right now. So that's an ability that you can unlock. Also down here, you have your dry dock, and this is where you really upgrade your ship. And this is where you're getting those materials that come into it. So I'm working on increasing my hull. I need another piece of lumber, and I need another piece of refined metal. And I don't have any of that right now, as you can see in my storage here. So those are some things that you're upgrading. You also have on your cabin, you can find things like books, and as you read books, those are happening while you're doing activities. So now I have a 10% chance not to reduce fish stocks when catching a fish with a rod. You just unlock these kind of permanent abilities by reading books. The encyclopedia is really cool. This is going to show you the different versions of the fish that are infected. So like I've gotten a bearded mackerel, I've gotten a flayed mackerel. You can see that I have the gelatinous stonefish. All these things, like there's just a really cool breakdown, what their value is, where you can find them, the time of day that you need to be. So some people will be like, hey, I need this type of fish. There are exotic fish. I have found one of those, but I have not been able to catch it because I didn't have the right equipment. That was really cool. So there's some neat stuff happening with the fish in this game. Also, you find messages out in the water, and that kind of tells you some more of the backstory of what the hell's been going on here.
Yeah, and what has been happening around here? Why do you have infected fish? What's going on?
I don't know the exact cause for it, but there's definitely, like, I'll show you a little bit of what happens here. I've got this ability that allows me to go super fast, but with it, if I keep going, it's going to burn up my engines. But you see how it's getting red? Yeah. It also increases my sanity, and that right there, that little icon, that flourish, means that we're going to have a higher probability of getting one of those grotesque fish. And look at that, right? First one. So we'll keep moving here. As I get to nighttime, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Things at night, there's things in the water. I've been interacting with certain folks that are having me find relics for people they used to know. And these relics seemingly do some very impressive things. Like I have unlocked that quick burst of demonic energy that allows me to go very fast. There's also one that is now a fast travel. But as you called out and as you saw, I don't know if I'll be able to get both these in here.
I don't know.
Let's see if I
You can move? Can you move your other one up one?
yeah, I can do that. I'm gonna move this pot also, just for the time being. Let's move this guy up, and then we'll move this guy over. Look at that, perfect. But there has been stuff that like I can show you with some of the lore here. Like here's one. Like this is I found this abandoned ship, Deep Sky, Castle Seal Broken, Fog Core, Rise. There's a lady that's been hanging out back by the lighthouse that operates it, and she's like, you need to get the fuck out of here. Like you're bringing nothing but bad. You're tapping into stuff you shouldn't be tapping into. Like over here is where this is the Black Crypt Isle, I think is what it's called, and this is where the guy that you're doing all this stuff for lives. He's got a little bit more of the ruined mansion. Collecting them, of course, an investment for times to come. Anything else? The ocean no longer wishes to cooperate as the waves are unsafe for me. You'll be my surrogate. So there's some weird shit that's transpires that is definitely supernatural. There's some very big things in this water. There's some very damaging things in the water, and as soon as that sun goes down, you'll start to see a fog that comes in. I'll go ahead and turn my lights on now. Having these lights does put some stuff at bay, but you want to be very cautious when you're out here because things will start to attack you. And I have not completely filled out the mystery. I'm about 5 hours into the game, and I've gotten 2 of like the 4 main relics. So I think that's like the major quest for that guy that we just talked to. You're getting things that belong to somebody he used to know. He's clearly not able to be on the water any longer. As you can see here, I'm collecting his relics. So I've got 3 more to go for the Stellar Basin, the Twisted Strand, and the Devil's Spine. These are all the little courier things or side quests I've picked up. But it becomes a very different game at night, as you can see. Mm-hmm. It's a little unsettling. Like this thing's gonna try and like take over, and like now this is attached to myself. It's gonna make things seemingly a little bit worse for us. That boat shows up every now and again, and I'll just show you what that looks like.
Yeah, is that a friendly boat?
Yeah. Nope. It's a big fucking anglerfish.
Oh, okay.
Get out of here. Get out of here. God damn it. So, we lost something there. Let's head back over to our lighthouse. So if you come back to your cove, you will be safe from all this stuff. Sun comes back up at 6 a.m. or it's around midnight. I think we lost one of those sharks. I think that's what that was.
So can you just go to sleep here and let
you can find it. There's different spots you can dock. So that was one of the other pieces of it. Yeah, we did lose one of those sharks. Damn it, they're expensive too. So I'll sell that and fix this. You can go to mini docks, and as I was saying, you're gonna run into a situation where you might not be able to get as far on the map. Where's that at? Here we go. So this is the map. This is where you're at. You've got basically 5 areas that you'll be going and doing. You can see the Stellar Basin is our next destination. Blackstone Island, which is just beneath or right above where it says the Morrow's there. That's where we went and talked to the guy. So some of these smaller islands in between it, there'll be spots where you can pull up and dock, meet new people, sell, get equipment, but just rest for the night. So I'll rest here really quick. Your fish will spoil if you are not careful. So I always try to like get rid of those things before I rest because they go from fresh to stale to rotting, and money, you lose money out for it.
Sure.
So right now I'm supposed to go find more of these relics. I've increased my ship's capabilities a few times over to where I can now catch more fish, make more money. I can fast travel back to that island right there. That's one of the most recent things I just unlocked here, this manifest ability. I don't have the net with me, and I don't have a crab pot. Oh, I do have a crab pot. I could just drop it. Let's just drop that right here. There we go. So that'll keep looking for crabs. I'll keep checking that for a few days. But I've really found it fascinating because when you interact with the people of this area, you sometimes have to do fetch quests for them, but then they're like, okay, I'm ready to go back to the main island. and you have to have enough room to fit them on your boat and take them, and then you unlock, hey, they might have one guy did that, and now he has an explosive thing that I can go and put on areas that had deteriorated to where I couldn't pass through them. And so they don't really it's not a Metroidvania by any stretch, but they do things with increasing the ability and the speed. Oh shit, I have not seen a whale yet. That's really cool.
Catch it.
I don't think I can.
What? Why not?
I don't think I can. I've had dolphins come up beside me, but I have not had any of those big whales. That was really cool. So it reminds me a little bit of the Wind Waker in the sense that you're just kind of out here discovering new islands that you can get off and talk to folks and check out what's going on.
Well, the boat stuff was everybody's favorite part of the Wind Waker, so that makes sense.
You know, I did enjoy some of the time with my buddy on the boat there. Now, I have not docked here before.
Your King of Red Lions?
My King of Red Lions. Strange
I don't know
symbols.
why I know that. I've played Wind Waker for maybe 20 minutes. I didn't even get the boat.
Let's see. Do we get anything here? Let's inspect the symbols. The symbols. Huh. All right. Nothing we can do here. So I could sleep here if I wanted to, but I'm going to keep moving on. We'll check out some more of these other islands as we're cruising about. You can increase the engines of your boat to go faster and further. You can increase the size of your storage. You can, again, add much faster poles, much more robust poles when you're fishing on here. And it looks like there's something up here that I could... What are these little yellow things? What's going on over here? Oh, shit. Okay, I've met the guy in blue. I have not met the guy in yellow. Let's see. He wants a fish. Okay, that makes sense. I don't have the fish that they want, so now that becomes a pursuit for us. So if I go back into my boat and go to my pursuits, you can see I've got this one here for this is the guy in blue, and now we got the figure in gold. Interesting. It's very cool. We're getting out here.
Do those fish show up in certain spots? Like, would you find a red snapper in one area of the map versus the mackerels that you've been catching before?
So if I went down here and I started to look for that fish, which we don't have, let's see if we can find out where it would be at here. Not that one. Is it this one here? Is that the one that you wanted?
He wanted a red snapper.
Okay. It's not going to give me the name of it here, so I'm trying to look for the silhouette of it.
Okay. Had kind of spines.
Yeah, I saw that. Anyway, I mean, yes, you could like spend time researching your encyclopedia to find out, okay, that's going to be in that location. But what I found is usually they're not too far off from where he might be, but then it becomes like, is it nighttime, daytime, etc. It's like these little guys here. We should be able to catch some of them really quick. This is a different style, so you want the green circles to be in that. Then I can just start placing some of those there, deplete that area if I wanted to. It's a very, I don't know, like I love the process, and like doing it as a quick look is a little different with you, because it's like, okay, I'm trying to show you like the more interesting things of the game, but it's more about I need to upgrade this thing. So like I need to go and like grind out finding these materials. People will tell you like, hey, there's been shipwrecks near this island. Usually the shipwreck's gonna get you the metals and the woods that you would need. Like the big thing I'm trying to do right now is increase my hole size so I can get a better fishing pole. So my time out, because that's what you end up doing. Like time moves pretty quick. And if I was going towards one thing or the next, I might run into a situation where I need to make some money because I'm still trying to do this, but I can either go fishing or I can, light turned off. There we go. Or I can go and attack what I'm looking for. It becomes harder when you're trying to grind out those smaller fish like I was just catching. So I got a few new things that lets me get bigger fish, like that whale shark that we caught. I can get 2 of those and make $200 versus catching, 3 runs of whatever. And me just dock here and rest. There's another campsite here.
Yeah, there's a good tension here between a really chill fishing game where you're just upgrading your boat every once in a while and making a little bit of money, like Stardew Valley style, where you just kind of keep doing the loop to get more and more money, versus what's going on at night here and seemingly some more of the story stuff that's hey, it is a video game.
And this is where the exotic fish is. There he is down there.
Okay.
So I just don't have the right
tools.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that's one of the exotic fish. I was like, am I gonna be able to go in here? Can I do that?
Yeah.
And a rotten chest. Let's look inside. Hey, that's awesome. I did not want to buy one of those. I need that for the upgrade. That's great.
And a big bag of cash.
There's I know where we're at now. I blew up some of these things to get back here. So this passageway, there's a really cool merchant that hangs out this side. So this is where I've been spending a lot of my time because I've been trying to navigate down to this quadrant of the map. Let me get you to her, and I can maybe fish a little bit more in her cove, and we'll wrap it up there.
Okay.
So I like this little area over here quite a bit, but this is her spot around the corner. I can do
those red snapper that you just passed?
I don't know if those are snappers or not. These are I've caught these before.
Okay.
Is this what he needed? These are some pretty big boys. Is that it?
They just looked somewhat somewhat similar. No, those are wreckfish. Oh well.
I might be able to get one more of those though if it's available. No, I don't think so.
You'd have to do some fancy Resident Evil 4 inventory switching.
You know what? That's funny you bring it up because the shit that you're dealing with in Resident Evil 4 is like with the people, especially like, what the fuck's going on with this town? Why are these people all weirded out? Like, what the hell? Like the infections and everything that go with it. Very similar. I like her quite a bit. The traveling merchant's been great. And we had a rotten fish there, so we'll discard that. And we'll sell these guys. And I will move this to my storage. And while we're here, I will add that one piece to that. That's awesome. Because these are like $500 and they're very, very rare in the game. So now I just need a piece of wood and then $800, which I have. And wood's very easy to come by. So I'm very close to upgrading to that middle tier there, which is great.
Nice.
Very awesome. Let's catch a few more fish and then we'll wrap it up here.
Sounds good.
I've just had such a good time with it. It's like my shit for sure. I love the upgrades. I've really enjoyed the mystery. Like I could not tell you what's going on right now, and I love that. Like I love that I'm kind of figuring this shit out, piecing things together, talking with a bunch of weird fucking like, seaside towns. It reminds me a little bit of that Fallout 4 DLC for Far Harbor that they did.
Okay.
There's just like some weird shit going on. There's a trophy one, so I got to land the yellow. Got it.
Are there certain fish that you can only catch at night? Like, I'm trying to figure out why you'd ever even want to be out in the water at night.
Yes, you have to do stuff at night. Like this, there was a quest that was over here. I don't know if you can see her anymore. This is where you met the brothers that made your explosives for you.
Okay.
But this resident here, she made you. Basically, she's like, hey, I need these rotten eels essentially that we bury in the ground and let ferment. She's like, the problem is they are usually in cave systems and only at night, and it was back through that archway there, and there's a lot of big bad ugly fish that were really trying to hurt me. Let me see if I can find a dredge spot. Yeah, perfect. This is a big part of getting that material. So you're gonna come across these and it looks like a crane. So now the dredging's a little bit different of a mini game.
Okay, it's like a key unlock thing. We've seen games that have done similar things like that. That's cool.
Yeah, so I found that material there. Here at night, just seeing if there's any fish that are spawning around here that would be worth checking out. because we're down here by the aisles. You know, I think that's probably. Oh, I'll show you. Let's test this out. This new ability. I have not used this yet. This is going to allow us to vanish and fast travel back to that island. So now I've gotten.
Cool.
Yeah.
Can you check your inventory? Did anything change? Do you still have all the stuff you had? Huh.
Yep.
Okay. So that's a pretty free.
Yeah.
Fast travel.
Yeah, it works out great, and that takes me back here to this main cove. So if I was out exploring and I was in a bad way, because you can get attacked and you lose things, your boat gets damaged. So now I can come in here and I can sell this stuff off and wrap this up where we first started. So I'll sell my fish and tell you about how we operate here at the Casual Hour.
Sounds good. Well, you're doing that. I will tell people again. This game came out March 30th. It's on Steam and PC. It is out for consoles as well. $25 right now. It also, at least on Steam, there is a digital deluxe edition that is $35. It's 10% off at the moment. And that comes with, what does that come with?
You get a soundtrack, you get an art book, and you get a key to a shed that has a few items in it over there on that black stone island there.
Nice.
I went ahead and grabbed that one when I was picking this up. I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'll check it out. So yeah, I really enjoyed that for sure.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you're digging it. It seems like a pretty cool game.
Yeah, man. I think the tone of it's great. I love the style. Very excited for what this was. I liked the demo we played, but I've really fallen for this game in a big way since picking it up. About 6.5 hours into it. I tried not to get too spoilery with all of you today, but if you want to hear more of our thoughts on games like this, we record a podcast every Wednesday night at 10:30 p.m. Central over on twitch.tv/casual hour. We post those episodes every Friday morning wherever you listen to your podcast. So please check us out there, like, subscribe, follow where you can. And if you enjoy this quick look and you're here on YouTube, you're at the right spot. Like, subscribe to our channel. We put quick looks like this up twice a week, 10 a.m.s on Tuesdays and Thursdays, youtube.com/casual hour. And if you just want to hang out with us while we play games, it's usually a great time. Mondays and Fridays at 10:30 p.m. Central on Twitch. Chase, myself, our other co-host Johnny, and sometimes friends from our Discord come and hang out with us. So we are thrilled about that and would love to have you hang out more often with us. So we will be back with more quick looks right here on our YouTube channel. So make sure to tune in when you can. Chase, thanks for going fishing.
Thank you.